Hello everyone and welcome to another Plan With Me. This is Elise of Plan With Elise, and today we are doing a throwback spread, and this is going to be in my journal, which I'm using the Hell of a Plan planner for. So we're gonna jump to July, and just to show you like a little bit of how I'm using this, I have the monthly of like a happy thing each day, something memorable. And then a lot of writing. This is a lot of stickers, but there's also a lot of writing in here. So today is Monday, July 17th. I'm like, let's get this filmed so that I can use my journal this week. So I had asked my patrons which sticker book to use for this throwback spread. There were a lot of great suggestions, but I am taking Courtney's suggestion with Keep Going. This is a sticker book that I did look, Happy Planner website, it is no longer available. But this is a sticker book that I think I only used once. I struggled a bit with it because there were like different themes of florals. I think there were, I probably used all of those boxes. I think it was a classic spread when I used it. And there were bullets, but I remember struggling with it. So we're going to try to not struggle with it today. That's the hope, right? Because this is my journal, there's a little bit more room for flexibility. It doesn't have to be necessarily as as productive as other spreads that I do. I also kind of cover up a little bit more. We'll get to that in a second. So my goal in this journal is really to have 2 empty boxes to write in. That's typically what's enough for me. If there's time where I need more than that space to journal with, then I'll add in a sheet of filler paper or something like that, which I've done before. Journaling is something that's really important to me, but it's also not something that I need a lot of space for. And I think that there have been times in the past where I haven't stuck with it because I've felt like it was too much and it just didn't work. Like sometimes the guidance in it is really what's helpful for me, and other times I just kind of want a little space to, write some things down about my day. And that's kind of how this works best for me. So I like this sticker, Keep Going and Growing. And let's maybe pair it with a box if we can. I feel like as I just went through this, I've used all the boxes. So really what I'm looking for here is something that's like a peach or tan color or cream. This is really good and I want to use it, but not on this side of the page. I really like this. Only you can make it happen, but I don't know if it matches. Sometimes it's a struggle, which is probably why I have not pulled out this sticker book in a really long time. I like this, but I don't love this section. I'm kind of wondering, this might be a bold move, but we're going to try it out anyway. I'm wondering how this will work. First, let's do a little bit of cutting. Okay, so here's what I'm kind of thinking of doing, is bringing this box in over here and doing a little bit of layering. So I'm going to put this down, not quite at the bottom because I want to add the bottom piece from this sticker that's on my wrist. And we'll cover this up so you can't see the line through it. And then we're going to cut this bottom piece off as my pen rolls away. Every once in a while when I go to clean under my desk, there's just pens. I'm like, oh, that's where that was. It probably rolled off during a video. If I'm sitting here working during like my regular job and something rolls off, of course I will stop to pick it up, but I don't usually stop mid-video to pick it up. So then what if we bring this in? And then for the spaces that are going to go over this orange, I will do a little bit of covering here. Using this planner this year for journaling has been kind of a creative challenge for me because if you watch my videos, I think that my spreads all look pretty similar to each other. So this is where I like sometimes try to go. We're just gonna let this dry while I ramble. I try to go outside of the box, and it's hard for me because I feel like I have such a kind of set style, but it works. Like, and if it, I don't know, it works. I don't know what else to say about it. Sometimes I run out of things to say, but I really like this. I feel like we were very shifted over before. So, okay, when I was talking about 2 boxes, I have space here, 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 and here. I really have more over here because of this additional box. So let's go back to that double box that I wanted to use. Oh, there's also these. These are pretty. We're going to go a little bit out of order here from my norm. I remember saying to a planner creator years ago, that, you know, when I'm scrolling Instagram, I can always tell when it was her photo, because not even the way that she took her photos, but the style of planning. And I didn't mean for it to be, but it actually was something that she didn't say it was an insult. It wasn't that deep, but she's like, that's not how I want it to be. I want everything to kind of look different. I want there to be surprises when it comes to my planning style. And it's something that's always kind of been on my mind, because while I'd love for there to be, do I like this here? I feel like this is very boxy. I need to get some more in, maybe another one of these somewhere, but I don't know that I like this right over here. I have an idea. We're going to peel it up. I'm going to use my undo. Okay, let me get back to my ramble about when you look at a spread and know immediately whose it is. And I've talked about this a little bit before. My goal as a creator is not necessarily to share something new and unique and surprising with you in every video. Sometimes I decide to challenge myself and do that, but for the most part, I'm just here putting stickers on paper, mapping out different areas of my life, and hoping that you enjoy the company and also enjoy, you know, the way that I'm doing it. Because even though my videos maybe at times can be somewhat predictable for some, for me, it's my planner. And when I do try to really go outside of the box, I struggle with putting my plans in them, because this is how I like map out my life. So sometimes if you're struggling and feeling like your spreads look the same and you don't want them to, or that you want to try something new, but you're having a hard time getting it to work with your plans, don't feel like you have to really try something new and go outside of the box. As I'm sitting here trying to figure out where this goes, I don't want it to go here because I feel like that's too obvious, because that one was there. The other thing I could do though is kind of bring this in as a second one, because I do have all this space over here for a box and we have this floral here. The other option is to kind of, it's not going to work. Maybe. I'm trying to not really put this down hard because I just want to kind of figure out where this goes. I don't hate this over here. I don't love it. So maybe we just put this sticker back because I don't know where it's going to go. So let's continue looking. Go back. I like this circle style quote. So I could bring it in somewhere else on this spread, like bring another one that's similar to it. The flowers aren't necessarily going to match, but I don't know that that is necessarily important. Like, love the here and now is pretty. Also look for beauty all around. And I feel like there was another bluish sticker in here that I really liked. We also have additional florals. I'm kind of stuck on using the same ones. I like Shine Bright. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a blue style box. Oh, it was this one, but I already used a different double box, so we're not going to use that. So maybe if I want to bring some blue in, what I could do is take this we're going to cut this sticker so that I get the blue. Put this back, so now I have a full box sticker if I want to use it. And then we can do something like this. So this one's going to go right over here for Saturday. And then I'm going to bring this one right here. And just, again, cover up. This one's a little different because I have that blue. Whoops, I just put a speckle of white on it. Okay? A speck, not a speckle. Speckle? A speck. It's a speck. Look for the beauty all around. All right, that's pretty because it kind of brings in the blue. Now, my goal is going to be to bring in a little bit of blue on this left side too. So I know I keep just shifting things around a little bit, but because I don't need this one to have as much like box, bullet, checklist, all of that the way that I do my regular planner spreads, I can kind of play around and move things around a little bit. I like find happiness in the journey, and I don't have that quote yet. And then let's see if maybe there's like one more blue sticker to include. I really love this navy one. Happy is contagious. I think so. I think that moods are contagious. Like, depending on, obviously, you know, there are times that that the rough days happen, right? But the way that you approach someone or the way that you approach a conversation is often reflected in the reply. And that's one of the things that I've been really trying to be mindful of this year. It's just one of those ever evolving focuses that I have. And I'm not always great at them, right? The other day I was chatting with someone and, you know, snapped a little bit just in stress, right? It wasn't at them, and I understood, like, they understood it. I had the conversation with them. It was just in the moment. What was being discussed wasn't what I had the time to discuss. You ever feel like sometimes having cell phones and being immediately accessible can be hard, right? Because what if you're in the middle of something, like a middle of an emergency, in the middle of a work thing, I don't know, something. And if you choose to pick up your phone, if someone's calling, they don't necessarily know what you're in the middle of and what's going on. And so that's where I have to remember. And I did really good at this early in the year, but I kind of stopped focusing on it. But that's where I feel like it's our responsibility to either not pick up the phone or to pick up and immediately say something like, I am dealing with this right now. Can I check in with you later? Or, you know, can you send me a text? Like, or something like that. Just kind of setting those boundaries and helping to create that balance so that we don't feel like the person who reached out to us at maybe not the most ideal time is to blame when they had no idea that it wasn't the most ideal time. It's kind of, you know, one of those things that has been on my mind a lot this year. I'm going to peel this up. We're a little bit crooked there, but I think that this would be a really nice spot for this box. And whoops, a really nice spot if I can get it to not be crooked. If you like this planner, I know that we are in July. This planner is at a very deep discount. It's at least 50% off right now. It might be more than that, but I will link it in the description. I'm looking for my correction tape to cover up the notes, and I can't find it. I did pick up new correction tape that just got delivered. It's just downstairs because my favorite Papermate Dryline Ultra Correction Tape has been discontinued. So I will be testing out new correction tape and sharing with you my thoughts. We are stuck here. Okay, where are we? I feel like, to me, or maybe to you, the spread right now doesn't look complete because it doesn't look as full as my normal ones. However, as I'm looking at it, remembering what I'm using this for, I know that it's complete enough because I'm going to fill it in with my life. So, like, Today is, like I said, the 17th. Find happiness in the journey. I didn't really do this intentionally, but today I completed my century ride, which means I have done 100 rides on the Peloton. And so I could write that there. I could also just kind of write, you know, got back on track. I mean, it's lunchtime, so I don't know what the rest of the day looks like. Hopefully it's good. My goal is to read for an hour today. I've really fallen off again with my reading, so I can write what I'm reading, which right now is called His and Hers by Alice Feeney. So not a ton of space in here, but again, I don't always need a ton of space. And if there's a time that I do, then I will use something else, because that's the beauty of having a lot of planners is that I can kind of play around as I want to. So I think that is a wrap on this spread. Thank you, Courtney, for the idea to use Keep Going. This is a sticker book that I never really would have pulled out on my own. And I'll have the Kelva planner linked in the description if you're interested in shopping. Thanks for spending time with me today and listening to me ramble a lot. And I will see you soon.